Hi, I'm here with lesson zero, which is introduction to RStudio. So first, task one is you are going to get R in RStudio. So if you have a PC or a Mac, I would download those directly. So here's a link on how to do that. You can go to this Crayon project link and download that. And you can also use download RStudio at rstudio.com. Otherwise, there is a online one that you can do, like RStudio Cloud, rstudio.cloud, and there's a cloud version, but eventually you'll run over the programming hours and have to pay. So that said, we are going to talk about what R looks like. So I'm going to download the R code. So when you buy these lessons, you will get the lesson plan, and then also the R code. So here's the R code, which you must have RStudio downloaded to be able to open it. So I just clicked on that, and now I'm going to run that. So it'll open up in a second in RStudio. And then that will also give you a little bit of a look of what the panes of RStudio look like. So as we're looking at this, we have four ones. So this is the text editor. This is where I write most of my codes. So here, once this pops up, and it's going to take a second to download. So it's still loading right now, and then my panes will also load. So this is the lesson zero R code, and this is the text editor. So you can put those in here. It will actually run down in this portion, and then if you notice, there are two other panels over here, and this top panel is the environment window, and then the file browser. So here, this is the environment window, and you can import data sets here. So you can click on import data set and then pick out the data to load it. And then down here, and this is the environment panel. And then down here is where you load your packages and other things in this window down here. So there are libraries and packages that you'll need to load as well. So now that we've looked at that, what we're going to do is do some operations in R. So we're going to do 50 plus 5, 16 divided by 9, 20.1 times 70.8, 3 to the fifth power, 5 minus 2 times in parentheses 5 minus 2 to the sixth. So on here, I already have those problems in here for task 2. So what you do here, if you notice this, to explain the code a little bit, when you put a hashtag, that comments the code. So then I have hashtag lesson zero R code, hashtag, and then I put that this is task 2, part A. Now, if you look, this is in a different color, and this is executable. So when I hit run, it will do 50 plus 5, and then down here you see the output is 55. And then when I put 16 divided by 9, I get my decimal equivalent 1.777, and then it rounds the last one to 8. For 20.1 to multiply, you put star, which is shift 8 times 17.8. For 3 to the fifth, you press 3 and then caret key 5. There is also, in Python, you can press 3 and then star star 5. And that also works in R. So then if I want to do 5 minus 2 times 5 minus 2 to the sixth, between the parentheses, you do actually have to put a star to tell it to multiply. And then here are some problems that you can try on your own. So if you notice for part B here, it says create your own math problems. So I did. 50 minus 5, negative 45. 16 divided by 9 times 3 is 5.3 repeating. 0.1 times negative 7.8 is negative 0.78. 3 to the 10th power is 59,049. We can also check, well, is that the same as 3 star star 10? And yes, same thing. And then here, 5 minus 2 to the sixth times 1 minus 2 to the sixth. So now what we're going to do is learn how to put in numeric vectors. So what if I had this series of numbers 0, 1, 1, 1.5, 2, 7, and 9, and I want to put it and call it an object called Falcon, and then I can do things with it. So on here, go back in here, what I do is do Falcon and then do this, and it's a concatenation of, and then I put 0 and then put all the numbers in the list. And then this thing is called a vector. It's just a fancy word. So now what I can do is element-wise, if I do Falcon plus 5, it just adds 5 to every element in the vector. So if you notice, it'll list down here the 5 things in that. And then if I put a little bit of a space there, if I didn't leave any white space, would it do anything different? And if you notice, no. I can put in a lot of white space or a little bit of white space, and it still will give me the same answer. And then if I did Falcon minus 2.5, it just here, got to make sure I'm there. So Falcon and then minus and then 2.5. So I got to look and make sure my minus sign is correct. And I just had a little bit of a different minus sign in there, which made a difference. Sometimes your the way that it copies, it might give you an error. And if I want to do Falcon divided by 2, so divide each of these numbers by 2, do that. And then if I want to take each number to the second power, you can press Falcon caret key 2. And then if you notice, I put Falcons, so it says object Falcons not found. I can switch that and go, well, Falcon to the second power. And then I can also put the numbers in order from smallest to biggest by doing the sort of Falcon. Now, you can also, what we're going to do for the next part is put in the best, or the best is going to be the object, and we're going to do the concatenation of the letters Falcons and then R. So if you notice, I have the best. And interestingly, if I type in the best now after assigning it that name, it'll give you that list. I can press the best and then hit run, and it'll say Falcons are. And then if I did STR of the best, that's a structure of the best. It's a character with, I guess, strings from 1 to 10, and then it just says what those specifically are. Now, if I did the best of 8 and count over, this is R starts counting from 1. So if you notice, this would be the first element, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. So the 8th element in this list is A. And then if I wanted the 4th element, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be C. Python, for example, starts counting from 0. So now what you're going to do is there is going to be some practice problems that are here. And I want you guys to struggle with those, type in the code to be able to do that. And then there's also going to be a check for understanding. So do that on your own. You're going to put in a numeric list. You're going to sort it. And then when you are looking for summary statistics, to just show you that, if I wanted to go back and find the summary statistics of this string right here of Falcon, I can press summary of, and then put Falcon. It will list the minimum, first quartile, median, the mean, the third quartile, and the max.